You probably think kale is the ultimate superfood. But what if I told you there are 7 wild edible plants growing as weeds in your own backyard that are not only healthier, but also absolutely free? Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to find these backyard superfoods for your next meal. From tender Lambsquarters to crisp Purslane, yes, that edible weed prized by Michelin star chefs, it's time to rediscover the wild greens for salads, cooking, and free food foraging that have been feeding and healing people for centuries. They're just waiting for you to gather, taste, and enjoy. Let's check out 7 common weeds healthier than kale and totally free to forage. This channel is growing like a weed, and I'm so glad you're here for it. As we get into this list, I'm going to share some pro tips on how to use these wild superfoods, so stick around. Even if you don't know this plant by name, you've almost definitely seen plantain growing in the wild. I'm talking about plantago, not the banana. Native to Europe and parts of Asia, but now this wild edible supergreen is spread across the globe. Plantain pops up in driveways, playgrounds, and backyards everywhere. Plantain leaves are packed with calcium, potassium, and magnesium, often more mineral-rich than your average kale leaf. They're also full of soluble fiber and soothing mucilage that can calm the gut and ease inflammation. Unlike kale, which demands good soil and regular care, plantain grows where it wants, through compacted dirt and even cracks in the sidewalk. And as a wild green for first aid, crush a leaf to soothe bug bites, cuts, or stings. This nutritious wild green, shepherd's purse, gets its name from the tiny, heart-shaped seed pods that resemble old-fashioned leather pouches. Native to Europe and Asia, it thrives along roadsides, in gardens, and in neglected corners of your yard. Packed with vitamin C, iron, potassium, and antioxidant flavonoids, it supports circulation and overall health. Its peppery flavor is perfect for wild greens in salads or sprinkled raw over dishes. Shepherd's purse isn't just a weed, it's a vigorous backyard superfood hiding in plain sight. Pro tip: toss young leaves into soups or salads for a natural peppery zing. Chickweed is a delicate, sprawling green with tiny star-shaped white flowers, often overlooked in garden beds or shady corners. Full of vitamin C, iron, and trace minerals, it has traditionally been used as a cooling, soothing herb. Unlike tougher greens, kale, chickweed is tender, straight from the ground. Toss fresh shoots into salads, blend into a pesto, or garnish for an earthy crunch. Pro tip: blend chickweed into pesto or smoothies for tender, earthy green. If you're enjoying learning about these incredible free superfoods, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss the next video. Often called wild spinach, Lambsquarters has soft, triangular leaves dusted with a pale silvery coating. It sprouts in gardens, vacant lots, and along roadsides worldwide. Nutritionally, it's a powerhouse wild edible. Related to quinoa, it's rich in protein, calcium, magnesium, iron, and vitamin A. Young leaves are great raw, but it shines sauteed or steamed. The tiny seeds, edible wild grains, make it a complete food source. Lambsquarters isn't just a weed, it's one of the finest wild greens for salads, cooking, and free food foraging. Pro tip: collect the seeds as a quinoa-like addition to soups, porridges, or baked goods. Common mallow, also known as dwarf mallow, is a soft, round-leafed plant with delicate purple flowers, often hiding in plain sight along lawns, roadsides, and garden edges. Heck, I step over a patch of it every time I leave my back porch. Its leaves and young stems are incredibly versatile and packed with nutrients and are surprisingly delicious. Full of vitamin C, potassium, and trace minerals, these backyard superfoods add brightness to salads, soups, and as finishing garnishes. They grow abundantly, often when other plants struggle. They're also full of mucilage, a slippery, soothing substance that makes them gentle on the gut. Traditionally, mallow has been used in teas, soups, and poultices for digestive and healing benefits. The leaves can be eaten raw, though they often shine lightly cooked or blended into soups and stews where their mucilage adds a silky texture. I like them sauteed alongside dandelion leaves and scrambled eggs or omelets. Tender, abundant, and hardy, mallow offers both nourishment and medicinal benefits, all from a plant that grows freely in many backyards. Upright yellow wood sorrel is a cheerful little plant with clover-like leaves and tiny yellow flowers. Along with its relatives, the garden sorrels and other wild rumic species, is a tangy bright green that adds a lively punch to any dish. These backyard superfoods for salads and garnishes are full of vitamin C, potassium, and trace minerals. The leaves have a naturally tart, lemony flavor thanks to oxalic acid, perfect for salads, soups, or as a finishing garnish. Tender and easy to harvest, sorrel grows abundantly, often spreading where other plants struggle and provide crisp, invigorating green. And now the last one on the list is a little succulent that's both juicy and crisp. Packs a nutritional punch with rare omega-3s and has even caught the attention of Michelin star chefs. And it's probably going right outside your front door. Meet Purslane, a crispy, nutrient-dense edible weed. This nutritious wild edible is rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, magnesium, and potassium, but what really sets it apart is the omega-3 content, rare in terrestrial plants. These healthy fats make purslane an unusual and valuable addition to any dish. Let's see Kale pull that off. The leaves and stems are crisp and slightly lemony, perfect raw in salads or lightly sauteed. Unlike some tougher greens, purslane has a succulent, juicy texture that adds a fresh crunch without any fuss. So prized is its flavor and texture that some Michelin-starred chefs are incorporating it into high-end salads, turning this humble weed into a gourmet ingredient. Purslane grows freely and abundantly, practically begging to be eaten. It's a wild green that's easy to love, easy to eat, and impossible to ignore once you notice it. While kale is a nutritional powerhouse in its own right, it's worth remembering that it's a domesticated plant. In the process of being bred for milder flavor and longer-lasting leaves, it has lost some of the nutrient diversity, resilience, and medicinal compounds that many wild greens for salads and cooking still carry. The beauty of these free edible wild greens is that they don't wait for us to plant, water, or fertilize them. They grow freely in cracks, along roadsides, and in forgotten corners of our yards. These wild plants for salads, cooking, and free food foraging are ready whenever you are. So take a moment to gather, taste, and celebrate them. And if this inspired you, join our little community. Like, share, and subscribe so we can keep exploring the wild edible world together. Because the more we share this knowledge, the more abundant our tables and our lives become. Until next time, eat the weeds.